My name is Ben Lefkowitz. I'm a senior. I'm originally from outside of Philadelphia, and I'm an advertising major.
How did you first start beatboxing?
It's kind of been like a long process. When I was, I want to say when I was like 5, I used to spit a lot, and my parents hated it, so they like grounded me and put soap in my mouth to get me to stop spitting, and then eventually when I got to elementary school, I started making noises and impressions. Like I used to love Jim Carrey and the Austin Powers movies, and I did that. And then once I hit puberty, my voice dropped, and then I could do like some lower sounds. And then once I hit 8th grade, I specifically remember it was during the summer, and I was with my friend Steve, and we were just walking to like Wawa or something, and I was like, yo, Steve, can you do that? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And like I didn't know what it was at first, and that like progressively turned into like actual sounds and music. And here I am today.
So you don't have, like your friends can do it too, like.
Well, I mean, they can do like they can do that, but they can't do like what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. And so when you got to college, like, did you find like a student group that you could do that with?
Yeah, my freshman year, second semester, I did a talent show. I don't know if it was HRL's talent show, but it was some type of talent show. And the person who came in first was in a group called, an a cappella group here called Perfect Pitch. And she was like, you're so awesome, like, you need to come and join. And I just came one day, and they had someone who beatboxed, but he was one of the basses, so like it was a dual job, so they needed someone who strictly could beatbox, and they wanted me, so.
Do you sing at all?
I can, but I'm a better beatboxer than singer.
And what's like the technique to doing it? Like if you were going to teach somebody, is there a way to teach somebody?
Yeah, there's 3 basic sounds. You can try them. The first sound is if you say the word boot, so say boot, and just think of the B sound alone. So just think of the. It's like a. I tell people this a lot and they can't really understand it, but it's like it's more of a pressure thing than like an exerting air. So like if you push your lips super hard together and then don't release any air. So it's yeah, it's kind of hard to get. The second sound is a T sound. So if you say like tat, so tat, and then just say the first T, so it's a, and the second sound is it's a snare sound. There's a lot of different snare sounds. If you say like kite and think of just the K sound. So those 3 sounds, it's.
So is it like, have you progressed over time and gotten a lot better?
Yeah, I would say joining the a cappella group, it really made me practice on making my sounds realistic, because in a group you don't want to just be making like crazy sounds that take away from the group. So I say my freshman and sophomore year, I try to make my sounds as crisp and as natural and real sounding as possible, just so the cohesiveness of the group would sound good.
So how do you do it to like, do you beatbox like a song that they're singing?
Yeah.
How do you make it up yourself? Like.
Well, it all depends on the song. Like sometimes we'll have medleys. Like we had a boy band medley, so there was a beat, but there wasn't a strict like a drum rhythm that I could do. So I kind of just like worked with the group. So what I do is they'll do all of their stuff, and then I'll just blend in. I don't try to take away from the group. And I think that's a really good skill that a beatboxer can have if they're in some type of group, is to not take away from the group. Like it's like drumming. Like a drummer in a band doesn't want to. Yeah, there's drum solos and stuff and like breaks and stuff where the drummer can play, but like the drummer doesn't want to take away from the guitarist, the singer, the keyboardist, and that type of stuff. So I try to just blend.